Ayo, you want to say a little something to Kids Club members? We still have a couple minutes before we're scheduled to start, so that we might have some more people getting on.
Yeah, I want to say thank you for joining this call, and just try to ask as many questions as possible, and just try to learn a lot from this call and just make it useful.
Sounds good. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take a couple minutes, since all these kids are learning from home these past few months. We're going to let Ayo be the teacher today. So we're going to let your parents rest for a little bit, and maybe they can go make a sandwich and have some lunch. And we're going to let Ayo be your teacher for the next 20 minutes or so. So he's going to go through geography. He's from Chicago. So we're going to let him teach us a little bit about Chicago geography, and then some math. Ayo, did you like math in school?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
So the math we're going to teach, though, is basketball math, very special type of math. And then Ayo's been doing some yoga, I think, right, to get ready for getting ready for the draft. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And maybe he'll show us, and everybody can do this in your own living room, some of the yoga moves. So we'll take you through a PE class with Ayo. And then, so everybody think about your questions that you want to ask Ayo when we're done with school, and he'll answer as many as he can. All right. So I'm going to share my screen here real quick. And get us started. So Ayo, can you see that screen?
No, not yet.
Not yet? Okay. Okay. Let's see, now can we see the screen? Nope, you see my budget? You see my
Yeah.
Are y'all seeing my budget? Or do you see the homeschool?
No, homeschooling with Ayo Dosunmu.
Perfect. Okay. All right. We are going to go get started. First, Ayo, you're going to tell us a little bit about yourself.
I was born in Chicago, Illinois. I actually was born in Country Club Hills, but I was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois. I'm a sophomore in college currently. I'm 20 years old. 6'5" and a half, about 6'6" now. I grew about a half an inch.
That's important.
My favorite sport is basketball. I love video games. 2K was my favorite sport, but now I'm really turning into a Call of Duty type of guy.
Call of Duty. Okay, so maybe a couple more years before these kids club members will be playing Call of Duty.
Yeah, they probably like Fortnite or something like that, but 2K would be cool to start off with for them.
All right, so here's some of your favorites. Tell us these favorites and why.
My favorite color is purple. I just love the color purple because of the Lakers. Really purple and gold, but I like purple just because that was the color that they wore, so that's just been my favorite color growing up. My favorite food has just been Italian food because I love chicken Alfredo. I just love pasta, all types of different type of pasta with cheese on it. I really enjoy that, and it's good food for you. My favorite toy always been a basketball because pretty much growing up, that's all I've been around. Since I was 3-4 years old, I really always had a basketball in my hand, so that's really been my go-to toy. My favorite subject always has been writing because when in school, we used to always have to write like diaries. And I used to always write about my dreams and write about different topics, and I just always love to write. I feel like it make time go by fast. And then my favorite memory was the Michigan game this year. We won. That was probably my favorite memory as an Illini.
So tell us what it felt like when you're in the huddle right before that shot. What was going through your mind, and what went through your mind when you shot it?
Me going through the huddle, I was just thinking like, wow, we have a chance to win this game because, they missed like 5 of the last 6 free throws. And the shooter who missed the free throw, he was like 88% from the line that year. So seeing him miss those 2 free throws, then we got the rebound. I knew with no time left on the shot clock that we had a chance to win. I was just very ecstatic.
All right. So our first subject today in school is Chicago geography. So you are born and raised in Chicago, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Tell us what part of Chicago you live.
I live on the south side of Chicago. About, I don't know, it's about 2 hours from Champaign, maybe. South side, it get cold out here most of the time. That's what people think of it, but in reality, it's like cool weather. You get used to it. It's not that bad.
All right, so tell us, if you can see the screen, tell us a little bit about Chicago's actual geography.
It's about, what was it? It's about 234 square miles in size, and over 3 million people living in Chicago. 3rd largest city in the world. It's only 2 higher. I think what are they? New York, LA are probably the 2 highest cities besides Chicago.
Exactly right.
Yeah, and it's 136 miles between Champaign and Chicago.
So like you said, about two hours driving on I-57, right?
Ayo, how many times have you done that drive?
It's not a bad drive. I did a drive over, I don't know how many times I did it, but my parents did it over maybe like 100 times.
Wow.
They fly up and down fast.
We should ask your mom how she feels about that drive.
Oh, she loved it though. It's not that bad. Like when you in it, like listening to music, it go by fast.
All right, here's a little bit about Chicago's history, and maybe I'll read it because the text might be a little small for you where you're sitting, but Chicago got its name from wild garlic called Chicago, which was found in the area. So if you think about it, Chicago kind of sound alike. Chicago was settled by Native American tribe, the Potawatomi, in the mid-18th century, so in the 1700s. And it became an actual city on March 4th, 1837. So was anyone here born in 1837? Don't think so. So there was a big Chicago fire called the Great Chicago Fire, and it burned down 4 miles of the city in 1871. The city had to build back up. And in 1885, there was the first skyscraper, which is a super, super tall building. It was called the Home Insurance Building. And right now, the tallest building in Chicago is the Willis Tower. So 1,700 feet in the air. That's really tall. Does anybody know how many stories there are in the Willis Tower? Nathan, do you know? Liam? Derek?
104, 106 stories? It's over 100.
Over 100. What'd you say, 108?
This tower to me.
Yeah, about 108.
What if the elevator went out and you had to walk up all those stairs?
I don't like heights, so I'll never be there.
All right, so that was our geography for today. Now we're going to go on to math. So everybody, all the Kids Club members, take out some pen and paper because you got some math problems you got to do. And you may need to scoot up so you can read these because you're going to read the questions, but there's a little bit for each grade in school that you're going to be able to do. So when you see what the question for your grade, you go ahead and you answer it. There'll be 2 questions for each grade. So here we go. You want to do these?
Yes, ma'am. All right, don't be shy. There are 5 players from Illinois and 5 players from the other team on the court. How many players total are on the court?
So that's for our kindergartners and first graders. You go ahead and do that problem.
So if it's 5 people on Illinois' team and then 5 people on the other team, how many people are total on the court? So how many people is on the court total?
And it's not a trick question. You don't have to count the referees and the officials.
So if it's 5 on one team and then 5 on Illinois team, how many people is that?
How many are there, Ayo?
You got an answer?
Mike,
Miles.
he says 10.
Miles says 10. Good, Miles. Real good. Good job, Miles.
All right, let's go on to our second and third graders.
All right. If there are 20 minutes and a half of a college basketball game and 5 minutes are left on the clock, how many minutes have been played? So if you have 20 and then half of the game has been played and 5 minutes are left on the clock, how many minutes have been played? So if you start with 20 and it's only 5 left. Tyler says 15.
All right.
Good, Tyler.
Matt
15.
Brent. No, with Tyler. Good job.
And John, 2.
Uh-huh.
Jonah. Good job.
Jonah had it too. Yeah, good job, Jonah and Tyler. All right, let's go to our fourth and fifth graders. These are getting a little bit harder.
Okay. If I made 6 free throws, 4 layups, and 3 3-pointers, how many points did I score? So think. A free throw is 1 point, so that's 6. And then if you make 4 layups and it's all worth 2 points, you make 4 layups, how many is that?
Line girl said 23.
Good. Good job.
Ayo, is that a normal night for you? 6 free throws, 4 layups, and 3 threes?
You about that. Probably about 8 free throws. It depends how the ref's calling it. Showing me love or not.
I feel good with that night.
All right, so let's go to our sixth graders. A little bit tougher here.
Are they ready for the next one?
Yep, we can go to sixth grade now.
All right. So if I score 18 points versus Iowa, and then if I score 18 points versus Iowa, 21 points versus Michigan, and 30 points versus Indiana, what is my total point average for those games? So what is my average for those 3 games? So basically, all you want to do is add up the 3 games and then divide it by the number of games played.
Perfect. I think Brooklyn had the right answer.
23.
Good, Brooklyn.
Good
You
job.
got these questions already.
Chloe says 23 as well.
Good job, Chloe.
All right. Okay, so here are our correct answers. Everybody got it right. 10 players, 15 minutes of played, 23 points for Io in that game, and 23 points per game. Okay, so we're going to do one more set. Here we go. Let's do another set of questions.
Okay. I was number 11 and my teammate Georgie was number 15. What are the numbers in between? So what are the numbers in between 11 and 15?
All right, Samantha Olson.
12, 13, 14. Good job, Samantha.
Palmer.
Yep, Palmer, Augie, also.
Good job. That's some
Great.
small kids club.
Great job. All right, let's go to second and third grade.
If a bag of Skittles at State Farm Center concession stands costs $1.50, how many quarters do you need to pay for it?
Yep. All right, Joe and Jonah both say 6. That is correct.
Good job.
I think Skittles are $4.
Quarters.
Yeah.
If
That's
it's
a good deal on Skittles.
$1.50.
Yep. All right, let's go to our fourth and fifth graders.
If I score half the points for the Illini in the game, and the other team
And our
scores
team.
48, how many points did I score?
Everyone said 24.
24. Good job.
Nice. Ella from Carrie Busey and
What about 2? Y'all got it.
and these are too easy. I should have made them harder.
They got these easy.
All right, so sixth graders.
If I made 7 out of 10 shots at the free throw line, what is my percentage of shots made? So basically, all you want to do is just count it each made by 1 and just add a 0.
Here we go. Chloe and Joe say 70%. That's probably not
Good job.
the best. You're better than 70%, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm about 80.
So then if he's 80% of the line, how many shots would he have made out of 10? See if anybody knows that answer. Here we go. Palmer says 8. Good job. All right. So we aced math class. Now we're going to go to PE. So I'm going to go back to Ayo's camera so that we can see Ayo. And we're going to spotlight Ayo so everybody can see him.
Everybody see me?
There we go. Now we see Ayo bigger. So Ayo, why don't you go ahead and show us what you've been doing to get yourself ready for the NBA draft?
All right. So pretty much, I just been doing a lot of yoga, because yoga, you could do it with, you don't need no weights. The best is your body. And it makes you feel better. It makes you get stronger without using a lot of weight. So I really recommend you guys doing it while you guys are young, because stretching keeps your body healthy. It prevents injuries, and it also just give you your body the flexibility that it needs when you're getting older and when you try to play at the college level. I know you guys want to play at Illinois someday, either on the women's basketball team or the men's basketball team. So starting implementing yoga at a young age will help a lot. So really the first exercise that I'm going to do, I'm going to stretch out. So I'm going to like just start here, back and forth. You can hold it for like 5 seconds each. It's just getting your body right. So I'll count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. So we go here, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you want to loosen up your shoulders, your back. So you're gonna go here, and you're gonna hold this for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the last one, go to the other side. Then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this other exercise I'm starting is yoga. Fletch, I did with Fletch before every home game and every away game. So we get to the hotel maybe about a day before, and then before the game, we do it like 3 hours before the game, because it gets my body loose. And it gets me just ready for the game. So first one is going to be down dog. So you pretty much want to put your hands here, and then you're going to start on your knees, and then you just move your legs back, and then you get up right here, and you just hold this. This way to get the adrenaline in your body and just get your arms feeling good and your legs feeling good for the game. Next, we're going to go to child's pose. This pose really is my favorite pose, because you really just try to go into this position and you try to just hold it, and you hold it for about 30 seconds, but try not to think about anything. Just look into in the skies, to the stars, and just try to clear your mind. That's pretty much what I do, but we're going to hold it for 5 seconds just so you can get the memo. Yeah, and then the last one, it's called right foot, right hand. Pretty much try to get into this position right here, and then just bring your left leg back, whatever hand you have up, you bring your other leg back straight, and then you try to just hold this for 5 seconds. You will feel this in your hamstring. This gets you be able to jump, be able to run, jump, and things of that nature. So then we got to switch and hold for 5 seconds. So that's pretty much the exercises that you guys can do at home by yourself, whenever you're just chilling, just playing video games or drawing or something like that. You can always just stretch out, because it helps in the long run. It prevents injuries, and it gets your body ready for whatever sport you play, and it just helps. It's a lot. It's more helpful than harmful, so I suggest it a lot. Stretching before you go to sleep. Maybe once, twice a day. Just take 20 minutes out to stretch, and the more and more you do it, the more and more it'll pay off. So if you guys have any questions, I'm here to answer it. Don't be shy.
All right, so your favorite part of the day now, we're done with school. You've done your math, you've done your geography, and you've done your PE. So now we get to kind of have recess and ask Ayo anything we want to ask him. So you can type your question in the Q&A, or you can raise your hand and ask Ayo yourself. So we got one question from Kara, and she said, since you like the Lakers, is your dream to play for the Lakers?
I pretty much like them in the sense of watching them. I really wouldn't say it's my dream team. I really don't have a dream team. I just grew up loving watching Kobe and just loving his legacy and him overcome so many different obstacles. So that's my favorite team. But I could really defer it being my favorite team and me wanting to play for them. I don't really care who I play for.
Okay, so Jaden, you can ask Ayo your question. You just have to unmute yourself on your computer.
What did you do?
Okay.
Hey, Ayo. Hey, so my sister, she's kind of shy right now, but she had a question for you.
Uh,
Okay, she was wondering if, so you entered your name in the draft, right?
yeah.
So if you don't get chosen, are you going to come back?
It's a deadline. The deadline is, I believe, June 3rd, where all college athletes, they either have to make a decision if they want to either stay in the draft completely or withdraw their name out. So unfortunately, the NCAA doesn't let you go through the draft process and not get drafted and come back to school. So all athletes will have to make a decision by June 3rd, rather if they want to stay in completely or if they want to come back to school.
Oh, okay. All right.
Thanks,
So
Jaden.
are you thinking about going then?
I mean, yeah, I'm working. I'm training for it. That's been my lifetime dream. With coronavirus, there's so many uncertainties, so I don't have a definite answer, but for sure I'm working towards that goal.
All right, we have a question from Illini Girl. She says, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like to read?
Ooh, good question.
I like to read. I probably say 8, about 8. I mean, reading is all fun. Just if you don't like reading, just try to find something that you like to read. Like just find a topic that you like. Most people who don't like reading, it probably because they're reading like stuff that they're not interested in. When I'm reading, I like to read articles, sports articles, the stuff around that topic because that's what my interest in. So it makes it much more fun. So you need reading in life to be successful. So if you don't like reading, just try to find something that you're interested in, and it'll help you. Like reading is always fundamental, so you need to have that in your arsenal.
Okay, so Brooklyn says, did you play any other sports growing up?
Yeah, I was a complete athlete. I feel like I could have went any sports route. I played baseball, football. I played pretty much every sport because when my dad used to work at UPS, I used to go to a sports camp, and we played different sports all day. But it got to a point of age where basketball was my clear-cut favorite and my clear-cut best sport. So I stuck with that and just trying to put my all into perfecting that sport.
Ayo, since you brought up baseball, let them know, Cubs or Sox?
White Sox. DB love the Cubs though, but I'm a White Sox fan.
That's Southside. I understand. I respect.
All right, so Palmer, you raised your hand. You are unmuted. You can ask Ayo your question.
Hi, Ayo. This is Chloe, Palmer's sister.
What's up, Chloe?
My question is, did you personally choose your number?
Oh yeah,
Good question.
yeah. I personally did choose it. My friend died about 9 years ago. He got shot while he was at a basketball park. So after that incident happened, I really used to wear number 12, and then I changed my number to number 11 in remembrance of him because I want to just continue his legacy and I want to just play for him. So now every time I play, I know that he's out there playing with me. So that's pretty much why I chose number 11.
Good answer. So Charlie wants to know, how many hours a day do you play basketball?
Well, this coronavirus has been limited, but if he was not in this pandemic, then probably about 6 to 7 hours a day, maybe.
Wow, it's a lot. All right, we got a question. E and K, you are unmuted and you can talk. You just have to unmute yourself on your computer.
What's your favorite place to eat in Champaign?
Maybe Panda, maybe Chipotle, I have to say, because I just switch it up from maybe tacos and burrito bowls. You will see when you get to college, the food there really isn't good. So you have to just get used to it. It's the same thing, especially in Champaign. So enjoy it while your mom and dad are cooking for you guys now. Because when you get to college, the campus food and the food that you have to go to and the art and stuff is just not as good as home cooked meals.
Nothing's ever as good as mom's meals.
No, never.
All right, I think we got a question from Samantha. You can ask a question, just unmute yourself. Samantha Olson.
Hi, I'm Ben Olson. I had a question. What are good basketball drills that I do while I'm home?
You pretty much did you cry it wrong? So you pretty much could it all depends on what you're trying to work on. But if you're at home, you can either you go here, just try to get your legs here. You can go back and forth this way, and then you can just go one dribble pounds on, and just keep rotating that and work on your crossovers. You can work on your pump fake with the ball, because at a young age, the fundamentals was very important. So it's so many different drills you can do. If you or your parents, you guys have any social media, then you would just give me your social media, and I can give you drills personally that'll help you.
That's great. All right, we got one from the boys. You are unmuted on us. Just unmute yourself. If you are the boys, you can ask Ayo a question. Maybe we'll come back to them. Oh, here we go. Go ahead.
My name is Vince, and I love to watch you play.
Thank you, Vince.
And how do you make the 3-pointers?
All right, you're done with your question. You gotta just practice it. In life, anything you want to do is just all about practice. So I'll just be in the gym shooting a lot of threes, just practicing. So when the game comes, I'll be able to make it. That's all it is, just practice. Just going to the gym and just putting a lot of practice into it.
All right, we've got the Pro Boys say, I'm 9 years old and I want to play for the Illini one day. How many shots a day should I be shooting?
Try to shoot as many as you can till your arms start really hurting. You're 9 years old, so I would say try to shoot maybe 200, maybe 100 to 200 up a day. Start there, because you're at a young age, you're getting used to you're going to change your shot so many different times, because you're just young and you'll get stronger. So just try to 100 to 200 a day.
A lot of shots. All right, Cora asks, what is your favorite part of being an Illini basketball player?
My favorite part is probably the fans. The fans, they're loyal. They're very into it. It's sometimes where they could come off a little overexcited, I would say, because we haven't really won anything in a long period of time, so they're just anxious and winning. But me having the same winning mentality as them, we really can. We really are similar in that asset. So my favorite part is probably just enjoying the fans and all the stuff they bring for us, and just playing in front of packed arenas, because that's pretty much what we play in front of all year.
All right, so Clara wants to know, why did you choose to come to the University of Illinois?
I chose to come to the University of Illinois not just because of trying to help Coach Underwood change the culture, but I felt like this was the best decision for me, not now, but in 10 to 15 years, just building so many different relationships and having so many different relationships with people here in the university, I felt like this university would help me be successful after basketball. It's a family here. That's what everyone says. And, me being here is really true. When you come to the University of Illinois, you're pretty much set for life. So that was big on my decision to come here.
So Blake wants to know, who's one NBA player you'd like to be on a team with?
One player I would like to play with, probably Kevin Durant.
You guys are good teammates.
Yeah, he's just so good.
So Tyler wants to know, we did get to play in the tournament this year. How far do you think the Illini would have gone?
I felt like we were a Sweet 16 team. And once we got to the Sweet 16, I felt like we could have went as far as we wanted to go. But I for sure knew that we were going to make the Sweet 16.
All right, so Augie wants to know, what is a typical day like in the off season?
A typical day is we'll wake up about 5. Well, I'll wake up about 5:30. We go to Ubben. That's where our practice facility for weights with Fletch at 6. We probably do a lot of conditioning, lift a lot of weights, and then at 7 we have individual workouts. So that's where the coaches they come and they divide the guards and the bigs. So it'll probably be like 4 each group. And we'll work out for like 50 minutes straight, and then they'll rotate. So then the big, they'll come lift, and then they'll work out. So basically just a rotation of lifting and working out, but we start at 6 a.m. We do that 5 times a week. I think we had Saturday off, I don't remember.
And then you had class. If you were in town, you would have had class.
Yeah, I mean, if you were in town, then like me, I stayed over the summer. I stayed with Fletch longer so I can get stronger and bigger. So I had class. I had 2 classes a day. Me and Alan Griffin, we stayed. So we'd go to class after that, and then we'd just chill, and then we'd come back the next day.
Is Fletch a good coach?
He's a great coach. He looked out for us. Sometimes he let us come in at 3, at 1, 11. He really looked out for us. And for him to stay the whole summer and give his summer up for our bodies and to dedicate it to our bodies, that just shows the dedication that he has.
All right, Illini girl, you've got a question. Your hand was raised. You can unmute yourself and you can ask Ayo.
If you had to pick a sport other than basketball, what would it be?
I probably would play football. Yeah, I'd probably play football.
What position?
I don't know. Whatever position I pretty much want to lock in on, I probably would have locked in on being a wide receiver, maybe. Yeah, that'd probably been my position, a wide receiver.
All right, Jaden, you had a question?
Who's your favorite player on the basketball team?
On our basketball team?
Yeah, I think on the Illinois team.
Oh, I pretty much like them all the same. I feel like everyone is good in their own way. So that's what made us so successful this year. I felt like I looked at everyone as if we pretty much was all the same. Yeah, so I pretty much like everyone the same because there was so many guys that I would say that didn't play, but I was closer with them. I had a very close relationship with them, and it was guys that did play. I had a great relationship with them. So it all depends, but I would just say that they are my favorite.
Is it a big group of brothers?
Say it again.
I said, is it a big group of brothers?
Yeah, we used to have a big group of brothers. I mean, there was so many guys like Hutchinson. He didn't play really, but I was really close to him. It all depends. That's how it is. Now I see how it is in the NBA or in the NFL. Like it'd be guys who don't play who are close with guys that play. Because really, when you're off the court, you're not looking at their on the court abilities. But we were blessed on our team to have so many good players who couldn't play this year because they transferred or they had to sit out. So that's why it's all about equal to me.
All right, so the Pro Boys say you've had so many clutch moments. Are you nervous going into the final play, and do you visualize the play and the shot being made before it happens?
Oh yeah, for sure. I do visualize it. I wouldn't say I'm nervous. No, I'm not nervous because I feel like if you think about it, or if the basketball guys see any bit of nervousness, I feel like you won't be prepared for your shot. So what I try to do is just put myself in a position to not only be successful, but put myself in a position where I'm 100% confident I'm going to make the shot. Because when you're working out and you're shooting, you're practicing making a shot where you're 100% confident. You're practicing making a shot where you're working out and you're dreaming of being in that moment. So when you actually do get in that moment, if you get nervous or if you get scared, it's taking away all the practice that you put in days before. So I just try to just stay calm, really, not get too hyped or not get too nervous. I just try to stay calm and then let my instincts take over.
All right, we got a question from Miles Olson. You can ask a question to Ayo.
Okay, yeah. Wait, say hi. This is Miles. Hi, this is Miles. Do you have any brothers or sisters?
Yeah, I have 2 sisters and 1 brother.
2 sisters and 1 brother. What are their names?
I'm the baby. My oldest sister's name is Jocelyn. My second oldest sister is Khadijah, and then my oldest brother is named Kubi. I'm the youngest.
And your mom says you guys are eating a lot of food right now.
Yeah, we are. She's been cooking. She's been turned into a chef.
All right, we got a question from E and K. You can ask Ayo.
If you weren't a sports player, what would you go to school to be?
I would go in journalism, maybe be a broadcaster, a TV analyst. That's what I want to do when I'm done playing basketball. I want to be a TV analyst. I want to just talk the game of sports and just voice my opinion on the game of sports.
Okay, Alana, girl, do you have a question? You can ask.
If you had to pick a restaurant between McDonald's and Dairy Queen, which one would you choose?
Great question.
I'll have to go with McDonald's just because my history. I can go there. I can know what to eat from McDonald's without making my stomach hurt. But Dairy Queen, I never had that before, so I gotta go with McDonald's. That's the original, the OG.
All right, Freddie and Lucy want to know, where's your favorite place to play?
Favorite place to play? It has to be my favorite. Maybe Wisconsin. I'll have to say Wisconsin because their rims are very light and very easy to make them on. Even my freshman year, I missed a lot of shots there, but it felt like every shot that I shot was on target, and so I'll probably say that's probably my favorite place.
All right, Jade wants to know, who has the best dance moves on the team?
Question.
Best dance moves, probably Allen.
Ooh. I would have thought it'd been DeMonte.
No, Monte doesn't dance like that. Trent dances the most, but Allen has the best moves.
That's good to know. Derek, you want to talk to Ayo a little bit about this season?
Well, I think what I want to ask him about, which I know, but it's a leading question. We all see the games and the results. Ayo, talk about how much work you put into it besides school and the regular practice. How, in a typical day in season, how much are you in the gym working out per day that goes into this behind the scenes?
If we have practice at 7 a.m. Normally every day. We practice at 7 a.m. and we practice 7 a.m. on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and then on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays we practice at at 6 a.m. because the seniors, they had to take a class that was the only class available was at 7 a.m. So we had to move practice up to 6 a.m. So if the seniors had class and we had practice at 6 a.m., I wouldn't work out in the morning. But if they had practice, they had class, and if they didn't have class the same day, we would practice at 7 a.m. and I get to the gym about 6:15. I shoot, maybe make about 150 to 200 jump shots. And then we have practice at 7, lift weights, practice. And then I go to class. I have one class like on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I go to class. It was a 50-minute class, nutrition class. And then after that, I come right back and I work out again. So that would be my second workout, not counting practice and weightlifting. And then if we had a game, I'll go get something to eat and I'll come back and shoot, like a light shooting. So I'll probably get about 3 workouts in on a normal day, maybe 2 if we have limited time.
So that's your individual work. You have the team practice, and then there's meetings and film study that also goes into it, right?
Yeah, I mean, right after practice, DB would be right there, grab me to do media. So we do media for about 20 to 25 minutes. And then we have to go home, pack our bags, and we have to come back. And we have film studying the opposing team, their plays, what they like to do, scouting them. That'll be about 5 o'clock. And then we eat dinner, and then we have to be in a bed by 10 o'clock. So it's really not a lot of time to get a lot of rest. So during the season, I would sleep about 9:30, 10 o'clock. Sometimes it surprises me when I be looking at the time and see how late I'm up, because I know during the season I would sleep so early because I needed my rest.
So when you in season, you wake up, it's pitch black out, right?
Like cold.
In the middle of winter. And is there any other college student awake besides the 12, 15 players on the basketball team when you're going to Ubman?
No, I mean, maybe you would get the guys who go out and party. You would probably see them, but not really. I wouldn't even say that. When I wake up, it'd be cold. Those would be really the worst times when it's cold outside. But it pays off when you in with practice, knowing that I got up at 5:30, 5:15 to put the work in. That's why I show it in our team, because no one was ever late. Everyone was always on time. You will have someone slip up every now and then, but majority, everyone was pretty much locked in.
So people that turn on the TV and watch the game, they see the finished product. I want to hear, what all goes into it behind. Obviously, this year, led by you and Andres Feliz, and some great seniors and the whole team chemistry, we turned the season around and had a great year. What was that feeling like of gratification of filling the arena and seeing the momentum build and getting those wins? And it just kind of became a freight train picking up steam as the season went along. What did it feel like being a part of that?
It was great. I feel like I'm a part of history, because not only did we help turn the program around and help put the program back where it belongs, but with the coronavirus and the pandemic that we're in, it was never a finished product. Like, we never got to see where our ceiling was. So it's pretty much a big what if for years to come, 20, 30 years, 40 years from now. People want to look back at this team and say, what if? So I just think that how we accomplish next year, whatever the team does next year, I feel like that'll also help this year's team, because if the team succeeds next year and goes far in the tournament, then that's going to make the what if even bigger when they look back at our team. So I just feel like I'm down in history.
Your family support is a big part of your story. They were at all the games, went everywhere with you. You had a lot of game clinching shots and game sealing plays, but I'm going to bring up the specific one at Michigan. Everybody's aware of that play and the game winner. What was that like for you to, it happened, you celebrate with your teammates, and if you remember, you had an interview to do with TV, but before that, they were talking to Coach Underwood. You had a minute, you got to run over and celebrate with your family who was sitting right behind the bench. What was that moment like, and what did that mean to you and to them?
That moment was something that I'm going to always remember for a lifetime. It was just the experience, the moment. It was like a moment that you literally have to be living in a moment. I remember it was a big game. We were on a winning streak, so I was able to get all my family there. We had a close game. The game's going back and forth. It's a great game. Michigan gets a great court, great fans. I'm talking to the fans the whole game. We having dialogue. And then, I make the shot, and then next thing you know, I look over there to the crowd. They're going crazy. They're jumping up and down, screaming, hollering, just into the game, cheering us on. And then when I went over there, it was just like, I was just pretty much just thankful for the support, because I know they've been there with me through times when I missed those shots, and also through times where we lost games. Last year when we won 12 games, they still came to all the games. So pretty much it was giving homage to them, giving them their payback for being through with us through all the hard times and the tough times. So that was just like a payback, and just a thankful for them coming supporting us.
We have a couple more questions that we'll ask, and then we'll let you go and get yours, because you still have school going on and you're getting your exercise in each day for the draft. Can you talk about how much you rest and what your food choices are like that help your game?
I rest a lot, especially during season. I suggest that resting is probably the single most important thing to help your body be successful, you be successful. Without rest, it's hard to be successful at this level. So I would say, you guys playing a younger age, I really suggest you guys get a lot of rest. I'm not saying that don't have fun, like don't play video games or go to sleep every day at 7 o'clock, but just try to get a good routine, a good sleeping schedule, where every time you wake up in the morning, you're not upset or with the attitude, that you can actually just get up and go work out and have fun with it. Because if you make it a job and make it like you're not enjoying it, then it makes it not as fun. So just try to get as much rest as possible. Try to take a lot of naps. That's what I do. If I get 8 hours of sleep, I try to sneak in 2 hours of sleep or naps. So that's 10 total, and then I wake up the next morning excited to work out or practice.
What about food? What kind of food do you eat that gives you good energy?
It all depends on the season. I wouldn't lie to you guys. I'm not the best eater, so I don't just eat salad and spinach, but I eat good during the season. So during the season, try to eat like pasta, a lot of bread, sandwiches, turkey sandwiches, bagels, things of that nature, yogurt. All that stuff helps your body be good. Like try to cancel out the McDonald's, the Wingstops, the Slim's chickens. Try to put all that away during the season, because eating that is gonna like make you slow up, and eat a lot of fruit.
All right, Ayo, thank you so much for spending some time with us today. We know you're super busy and you got a house full of people.
Yeah.
Maybe say one more thing to the Kids Club members out there, and then we'll let you go.
Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope this was a successful classroom. If you have any questions, you could anytime just DM me on Instagram. Just say that we was in a class together and you were in this session. I'll get back to you. If you have any question about ball handling, any question about food, anything, just hit me up, or have your parents hit me up. I'll respond as soon as possible. And just try to stay safe, keep practicing social distancing, and just enjoy this time while you're with your family. Try to make it not a punishment, but try to enjoy the time and just live in the moment.
Awesome. Thank you, Ayo. We wish you the best of luck, and we know that no matter where you go in life, you're always going to be an Illini, right?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. All right, for the Kids Club out there, ILL. We'll see you soon.
Aye and aye.